long drive home and just thought I'd chat a little bit, make a video, eat up some time. Pretty excited about my new career opportunity as I grow in business and expand and learn. So a lot of people have been asking me what I'm doing, so I just thought I'd make a video about it. My name's Gareth Jones, for those that don't know. I am the division manager for a First Nations owned construction company, Caribou Mountain Construction. So previously I was with one of the largest construction management firms in Canada. I was a construction manager there, so I took care of all the construction for southern Alberta, which I really enjoyed my job there. I worked with a great team of people, a great culture, got to work on some really interesting projects, work on problem solving some unique challenges, and now I'm on to my next venture as I try and grow. I've always been really entrepreneurial, and in my role now as division manager, I get to really expand the business, lead the entire construction team, implement the strategic vision for the division that I manage. So go after the work and the clients and the industries and geographic locations that make sense. And as long as we're supporting our First Nation members, that's really what the point is. So yeah, it's been really good so far. Really enjoying it. I guess a bit of background about our group of companies, our division. We're 100% First Nation owned by the Little Red River Cree Nation. We have, I don't know, about 15 pieces of heavy equipment, anywhere between 20 and 100 employees given the time of year, as well as seasonal labor. Our company, we're owned by the nation, but we're totally separate, not managed by it, not subject to basically their whims and their direction. The company was formed in 2020 after the Cree Nation had settled their land claim with the federal government. So they got a large sum of money from the federal government in the form of an investment trust. And they've since been using that money to invest in different, economic ventures, one of which was forming our civil division, our construction company. So, they have a home building business, building sustainably, ecologically built homes with SIP, so insulated panels on the sides, really high R value, so keeping the houses warm up in the Canadian North. Solar panels, on-demand heat, heated by the solar panels, so very environmentally friendly, low impact, really good for First Nations. So yeah, our whole goal is to get sustainable work. So in the past, the company that I'm working for, that I'm managing, they get one project, might last 2 to 3 months, hire a bunch of the guys from the First Nation, get them jobs, and then the project would be done, they lay them off, and those guys would have work for 2-3 months. Then they'd hire them back for the next project, maybe not even the same people, and maybe pay them a different wage. So one of the things I saw coming in is, one, how do we stop that from happening? How do we get sustainable work so we can hire good people, treat them right, give them a good wage, show them they can make money and stay around and continue to make money. They don't have to get laid off and go on unemployment, and bring that money back into their community and help build up the community, because the more they're making, the more they're spending within the community. So that's really important. I mean, the other thing we've tried to do, or have kind of been working on, is revamping our safety plan. There's a whole bunch of holes in it, gaps. We're a civil construction company that had no ground disturbance plan, like no rules to govern how we as employees, as civil construction workers, break ground and dig around underground utilities or disturb the ground. And yeah, it's a pretty, I mean, anybody that works in construction knows that that's a pretty major thing that you have to have. There was a few other things, but that was one of the major ones. A lot of forms we built out, a lot of different stuff like that. Tool gate meeting forms, confined space permit forms, evaluations, competency evaluations, all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, since that though, it's been a lot of networking, growing the business, meeting people that you work with along the way that grow in their careers too, meeting past managers, and just kind of having the conversations, letting them know where you're at. Networking and relationships is huge. That's a big part of business, in any business, but especially in construction. Yeah, it's been really good so far. I've been really fortunate to meet a lot of people from my past. You kind of lose contact, or you don't talk to them as often as you like to, and it's a good opportunity to rekindle a lot of those past relationships and continue to develop them, and meeting lots of new people too. I mean, once you start telling them what you're doing and what your goals are, and they can see that you're sincere about them, like they want to help you and they want to meet with you and they want to work together with you. So, trying to build a lot of partnerships as well. That's really important. You don't have to be the number one, general contractor, GC or prime, and take on multi-million-dollar jobs. Like, you can always partner with somebody on that and use your skills and experiences in a complementary factor. So that's something that I noticed is kind of lacked in the past at this company too. Trying to take on more of those. They've tried to take on more of those prime contractor type of roles. And yeah, just sometimes it's better to walk before you run and take things easy, small steps, and ease into things, build out proven business models before you go 100% into it and take on that risk. So, I mean, that's one thing that I'm really glad that I had drilled into my head in my previous employer. They're a massive company, and they got that way from being risk adverse, but also building those relationships, and managing risk was always a huge thing, like a number one thing that they taught us. And you can't avoid every situation. You can't, you're going to make mistakes, and those mistakes are how you learn. And it's one of those things that, I've always tried not to make the same mistake twice, but sometimes that's also unavoidable. And I'm just really glad everything I did learn at Ledcor, and glad that I could go and bring those on in my career as I move forward. And right now it's just trying to bring in the right people and keep the right people around, really develop that culture, that trust in the employees, that trust in the nation, or in clients, so to speak, or primary stakeholders, and trust from the clients that we're working for as we complete projects and win more projects. So that's where I'm at. If anybody has any questions, where to leave them. And I just hope to keep putting videos out this just to get things on my plate, organize my thoughts, and talk through everything that I do and what I'm doing and where I've been, and hopefully people can find value in that, and just take a different path. So appreciate it. Talk to you all later.